So we've come to the end of a very interesting week at Davos, and the World Economic Forum discussion has captured the imagination of lots of people. Certainly we at Ashburton Investments have been following what's been going on at the World Economic Forum, and we've hoped that you've enjoyed our coverage of the World Economic Forum in Davos. Lots of topics discussed. Certainly one of the topics of most interest to us here in South Africa and globally is the discussion around clean energy. And renewable energy has been a huge part of that discussion, and we had our own Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa talking about South Africa's commitment to a clean energy mix, and in particular our own renewable energy program. And what was really encouraging, very exciting for us here at Ashburton, is that the Deputy President came out in very strong support of our renewable energy program. Why is this important, you may ask? Well, only this week we had lots of noise in the press around the potential for some of the renewable energy companies to take Eskom to court over rumblings that Eskom may not be prepared to honor its commitments under the agreements it had signed. So, again, turning to the why. Why is this relevant to you as a retirement saver, as someone saving for a pension? Well, in the last few years, on the back of our renewable energy program, lots of products have been created by asset managers for retirement savers. So whether through your own pension fund at your company or alternatively through your own private savings, the chances are you have some exposure to these renewable energy projects, either in their equity or their debt. And that's obviously going to be of concern if these projects are not as robust as were assumed when these investment products were put together for retirement savers. So the reassurance from the Deputy President, as well as a law firm last night giving us an opinion that, in their view, Eskom would be forced to honor its commitments, should fill us all with huge amounts of certainty around the South African renewable energy program. Perhaps just to end off, one final note. Going forward, in terms of the clean energy mix, there's been a huge discussion around how does one generate sustainable clean energy. Coal is certainly not part of that mix. And the statement that was very interesting was that if the world is to meet its COP21 climate change targets that were recently agreed to late last year in Africa, that we would have to stop building new coal-fired power stations immediately. That leaves us then with fewer options for baseload generation. That baseload generation will probably come from some sort of mixture of gas and nuclear. And as much as nuclear does not seem to be flavor of the month at the moment, as South Africans, we may find ourselves increasingly having to get our heads around how do we generate a sustainable baseload clean energy mix? Where does nuclear fit in? And if it's to be part of the solution, how can we implement it in a way that results in us, South Africa, having the best possible deal and making sure that this contributes positively to our economy and our growth over the next few years?